Those Mondays, folks, because at 1 o'clock, a little after, we always talk to Alan Mendenhall with the Heritage Foundation. Of course, he's a columnist there at 1819 News as well. Alan, how are you, sir?
I'm great, guys. How are you? It actually occurred to me this week. I was sitting in DC, I guess last week, and I thought, wait, are they in the same room? Y'all aren't in the same room, are you?
No, we're in the same room.
Sometimes they put me in timeout. I have to go sit in the closet, in the broom closet sometimes. But
psychologically, we're not always in the same room. But we're in the same room.
It occurred to me because you have different backgrounds that you might be in entirely different cities. But no,
see, that's what we were shooting for. We got that.
Okay, all right.
But I keep saying it, Alan, America's back, baby. There's something about these last few days, Friday into the weekend with the peace treaty, seeing all these Europeans and others like Japanese folks for the World Cup, having a blast in our country, discovering Southern cuisine and the beauty of the South in particular. And then you just see this UFC event, and you were able to give me another angle on this. You went to the Congressional Baseball Game?
That's all.
Yeah. So, I spend a lot of time up in DC because that's where my office is. And a big group of us went to the Congressional Baseball Game last Wednesday.
Awesome.
It was awesome. It was so fun. And I had no material to write about last week. And so I realized on Wednesday that my deadline was Friday and I needed to come up with something. And I said, well, I'm going to the Congressional Baseball Game tonight, so I may as well take enough notes to write about that.
Yeah.
I recall I took a creative writing class with an author named Michael Blumenthal. And at one point he had directed the creative writing program at Harvard, but he had us read in that class this John Updike 1960 essay about Ted Williams. And going into the game, I thought, well, I'm going to sort of spoof that essay. And for people that know the reference, they'll catch the allusions or whatever. Well, then I got to the game and I realized, oh, none of these guys are Ted Williams out here.
No, not at all.
Work. These guys aren't good enough for me to do a Ted Williams essay. So I got to do my own thing here. And fortunately, the crowd and the atmosphere and the patriotism on one side of the field, at least, were enough to give me the material I needed to come up with a piece for last week.
Yeah, and I have to say, I saw the one highlight. Was it Senator Eric Schmidt who just went all out?
Did he?
Oh, no. Did it freeze?
Yeah, it was Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, Eric Schmidt went all out and I think face planted, but still caught the ball. And it was just kind of a great moment. Can you hear us, Alan?
I think we're having.
Hey, can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on here. This happened last week too, but it was actually Schmidt. Mm-hmm. And he laid out for one, and it was funny. I saw him the next day on Fox with the big old strawberry on his nose from the blood, and that was quite an impressive catch. I know that the editors embedded the Twitter video footage of the catch right in there, so that was an awesome moment. He's like 6'5" or some kind of really tall. But for the most part, I was unimpressed by the baseball. But in the fourth inning, the Republicans just went gangbusters. I mean, it was just a little ridiculous. I thought they might have to pull the mercy rule, that the inning was just going to keep on going.
So, so for our listeners that don't know what they're talking about, in 1909, John Turner was a representative from Pennsylvania, former Major League Baseball player who organized this, and it's been going on ever since, right?
Yeah, it has. And, I didn't pay any attention to it until 2017 when a gunman opened fire on the Republicans there. And that's when Steve Scalise got he almost died. I remember watching live and Trump giving updates. Is he going to make it? Is he going to be okay?
It's terrible.
And sure enough, he led off the game. He struck out, but with a lot of help from the ump. The umpire, as I put it in the essay, had some pretty flexible jurisprudence. We'll put it that way.
Must have been left wing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the strike zone certainly was. It was living constitutionalism of a strike zone.
No.
But
the Republicans have won 6 years in a row now.
6 years in a row, and it didn't take a lot of observation to figure out why. And I would love to say it's because the Republicans were just that much better at athleticism in baseball, which is true. They were that much better. But it's just that the Democrats are so bad. They're so bad. It's like the worst. It's just, I can't even believe they take the field and do that to themselves, but they do.
Well, and then the week before, I really loved your essay. I read it on air about AOC coming down here to scold Alabama like it's the 1960s or something. And I thought it was just a brilliant analysis on your part, and to revisit that a little bit. It's almost like she is echoing the old populist Southern socialist sort of model.
It is. What's so ironic is she is trying to take the South backwards while claiming to want to take it forwards. I mean, if you look at Reconstruction and then early 20th century, let's say up until I'd say New Deal, we'll just say all the way to the 1930s, there was a lot of populism. You had all these figures who were advocating for government regulation of powerful corporations and railroad controls and public oversight of monopolies, progressive taxation, any kind of government intervention imaginable to farmers. And basically any form of capitalism was decried. And the South stagnated during that period. It really wasn't until the South embraced